can't believe I'm about to say this, but I am a certified Q Arabica grader. What's up, fellow Drops fans? My name is Haley. I'm here coming at you live from our Pink Room studio at Fellows Storefront and Playground in San Francisco. Coming to you live not only as Haley Stevens of Fellow Drops, member of the Fellow Tasting Panel, but I come to you live as a certified Q grader. While I was in between videos this last week, I went and, got my Q certification. So stoked to continue to give you great recommendations, brew recipes, and bring really, really lovely coffees to your doorstep with the added Q knowledge, insight, the added Q insight. So today we are bringing you a coffee from London, England. It's from Square Mile. It's a really delicious El Salvador, El Paraíso. It's a Bourbon variety. It's naturally processed. It was produced by Claudia Matthews in Santa Ana, El Salvador, and it was grown at 1,200 to 1,300 meters. Super, super delicious coffee. I'm actually going to brew it on Aeropress today. Ollie from Square Mile suggested this recipe. Thank you so much, Ollie. And I took a couple of liberties with it as well, as far as temperature and oud grind settings go. So before we get into it, my brew recipe on Aeropress, I'm using 15 grams in to 250 grams of water in. We're pouring all of that water in at the same time, so just right away. I'm gonna do a 10-second agitation right at the beginning after all the water goes in. I'm gonna wait till 3 minutes, and then I'm going to do another 10-second agitation before then plunging. So very agitation heavy. This brew is going to take a little bit after 3 minutes, and let's get into it. So I pre-warmed my Aeropress off camera. You didn't see me do it, but please trust that I did do it. I am a Q grader. That doesn't really have a lot to do with anything, but you can trust me. I'm a Q grader. Okay, so my 15 grams of coffee are in. I ground at a 3 on oud with our super cool new V2 burrs. Our new V2 oud burrs grind about 350 microns finer than our old standard V1 oud burrs. So standard oud, I would grind approximately like at a 1 or 2 clicks or a 2. Sort of a medium fine towards the finer end of grind setting. I'm also using Aeropress with our Prismo attachment. It's not going to leak through when I pour water in, which is really great. And I find that, as Prismo often does, it gives this coffee a fluffier, more decadent mouthfeel as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pour all the way up to 250 grams of water right at the start. Straight out the gate, not holding anything back. I am dripping water though. Promise I've done this once or twice before. All right. Stopped right about 250, and now I'm going to go in and immediately agitate for about 10 seconds. Not too aggressively either. I'm just making sure that I am getting everything, all grounds, soaked inside. All right, and now we wait. And while we wait, I want to let you know a little bit of how this coffee is tasting to us. And I have a couple of suggestions as well for brewing it on Stag X if you're brewing it filtered. One, Square Mile, awesome, awesome company. Really great coffee and quality. I mean, founded by James Hoffmann and Anette Moldvaer in 2008. They've really, really just skyrocketed as far as quality goes. Like, just came directly into the coffee scene, like hit the ground running, and I mean, just the sky's the limit with their delicious quality nowadays. So we're stoked to feature them. Got a lot of citrus on the nose, a nice citric acidity as well, some stone fruit, sweet cream in the body, which is enhanced by Prismo. It gives it more of that sweet cream, like creamy fluffiness. Because otherwise, when I was brewing on filter, it actually had a little bit more of a tea-like body, even though that sweet creaminess was still there. Super, just could drink this coffee all day, which is partially why we and Ollie from Square Mile, thank you so much again for suggesting this recipe. We all love brewing this coffee on Aeropress. We find it lends itself super nicely. For filter, I would recommend, and I believe Square Mile recommended too, a 16 to 17 to 1 ratio. So that 22 grams to 350 out will probably do you super, super well. And again, a medium to medium fine grind. So somewhere 3 or 4 on Ode, somewhere in that range. But again, on the V2 burrs, they're gonna grind a bit finer than our V1 burrs. So keep that in mind. Also highly recommend trying those burrs if you haven't yet. They're super awesome. Okay, so I'm going to pre-warm my vessel very quickly as I go ahead and get ready to agitate right at 3 minutes. I'm going to agitate just about until 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm going to take this opportunity to pour out my excess water, and then I'm going to go ahead and plunge. Once again, make sure to keep your plunging pressure even from start to finish, whatever even is to you, and you want your arm to go pretty straight up and down. And that's all she wrote. Sweet. All that's left to do is enjoy. And there's that citrus on the nose. Thank you again, Square Mile, for working with us on this drop. We are super stoked to feature it. If you don't know James Hoffmann from Square Mile, from his videos, you should definitely go check them out. These videos are super insightful and like just so much knowledge and expertise to share in such an accessible way. I personally really, really love the V60 technique video. I think it's super, super informative. So thank you again, Square Mile, for working with us. Thank you, fellow Drops fans, for being here as I brewed this Aeropress. As always, guys, let us know what you think in the comment section. Any thoughts, concerns, questions. If you want to know what a Q grader is or what that program is like, I'm happy to answer questions for you. And as always, it's super easy to order from Drops. All you have to do is text us back the number of bags that you want, and we will send you that amount. And we won't send you any coffee or charge you if you say 0 or don't say anything at all. Thank you again for being here, guys. I will see you next week with another Brew Guide recipe. Thanks.